Welcome to the roost. My head looks way too big for my body like this. Anyway, I'm back in my creative flat world. I'm gonna try something today that I've never tried before, and that is redstone. I've never tried redstone before. Can I get? Let's do this. Can I? I went farther. If I do this. All right, let's try this one more time. Nope. I'm going to try to do some stuff with redstone because I've never done anything with redstone before. I don't know how it works. All I know is that it is Minecraft's like energy source and you can do really cool things with it. I've seen people do cool things with it, build machines that move, build traps and tricks, build hidden doors. I just want to understand the basics because it seems cool and I want to see what I can learn. So it's going to be a lot of trial and error today, but we're going to do what we can. So let's get started. All right. So they have an entire redstone block category in creative mode, which is awesome. I don't know how any of it works. I don't know what a repeater or a comparator is. I do know what a hopper is, but I've seen some of these things before. Like I've seen a dispenser and an observer. I just don't know how to use any of it. So we're going to start with the very basics and figure it out from there. So I know redstone is the energy source. I know that redstone blocks, redstone itself, and redstone torches work as the energy source. Okay, so if I put a door here and I put a lever there, that opens the door. If I put a door here, it only opens one door. But if I put a button here, it opens that door as well. This one, I have to open and close. Oh, no, I don't. Okay. Just takes a second and I was impatient. And then this, if I stand on it, but then there's no way back out. So I don't know how far away I have to go for this to not work. Turns out it's one block away and it doesn't work. Let me, real fast, I just want to try something else and see if it's true this way. Yeah, that way too. Okay. But what if okay, so the redstone connected to the lever works. How do I get them both to open? Can I get them both to open with one button? Right now, that does nothing. That does nothing. See, this is where I don't understand redstone. Because I can't bury it, I guess? Okay. Try again. Door. Door. Permanently open. I don't know what I'm trying to do anymore. Okay. It's been 5 minutes. Alright, we're going back to basics. Oh, where's my button? Okay, let's try the redstone torch. I haven't tried the torch yet. Okay, it works the same way as the block and the redstone itself. except it has to be on the ground. Interesting. Okay, I'm not quite sure how it works. All I know is that redstone gives it me more distance to where levers and buttons and pressure plates, I think pressure plates, yeah, can do things. Well, actually, yeah. So now the question is, well, I guess I've already answered it. How far away do I have to go for it to not work? That works. That works. 38, 39, 40. I don't even know if I can see the door at this point. Oh. It stops here. 13, 14, 15. And I put a lever here. It works. But as soon as I go one more, it's one short. Okay. I'm learning. You can go 15 blocks away with regular redstone. What about a redstone block? 15. It opened. Okay. That's still pretty good. And it doesn't just work for doors. I've also know that it works for things like a piston. Which can be placed either direction. Probably be placed. Oops. Nope, it can't be placed down. Interesting. Or maybe it can, and I just haven't tried hard enough. It can be placed down, just can't be placed next to a block. I also don't know, I'm gonna come closer, how to get the redstone up there. That is one way to do it. I don't understand. I can't put redstone on the side. I can only put redstone on top. So I'd have to go like this. Interesting. But that also means okay, so this just pushes one single block into place, a piston. I think, what is it? It's a sticky piston, which I've seen, but I've never used. That would push it down and retract it. And it would go for whatever kind of block, I think. So I think this is how some people make their, like, doors, their secret doors. right? So if like oh, it can take it from where it already is too. Interesting. Uh-oh. Hold on. I can do this. I can think about this. Why? Why won't you connect to that? Okay, what if I do that? You're not connected to this now. Oh, but now it's connected to both. As long as it's connected to the one on top. What if I were to do a third one down there? Nope. Nope. There we go. All three move. How deep can I go? Okay. So as long as it's within 3 blocks of it. I wonder if I got rid of that. Yep, it still works. I guess it has to be touching, though, because it didn't work this way. This way only... Oh, but it's not touching that. Oh, it is. It's working like the same way that the wooden block was. So because if there's redstone on this one, anything touching the bottom edge, the flat edge, or the top edge would work. So that one, this one, and that one would work. Well, if I place them in the direction that they would be able to go. Just like that. Right? Oh no, how am I ever gonna get through? I made a door. What else? I don't know what these are, so let's try. It's time to figure out what they are. So this is a repeater. Levers do nothing. Oh! A red stone block does something. I'm not sure what. Okay. What does it repeat? Repeat of what? Repeat redstone. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Does it just lengthen how far it goes? 14, 15. It doesn't get to where it doesn't even light that up. Nope. Okay. Hold on. Let's just try here. It does. Okay. And 15? What about... I don't see any reason why this would work, but... Okay. So 15. That's... So the repeater makes it go farther. up to 15 blocks. So then what does, I guess, the comparator do? I'm going to do this, put this in the same spot. What if I do it there? It stops there. It doesn't go anywhere. And made it go there. Put the... Okay. Oh! What? Hold on. Get rid of this a second. Nope. I'm doing something, but I don't know what. I'm gonna throw up. I'm thinking too hard. What is this? I wonder how many things a thing of redstone can power. Well, that's interesting. So it looks like one can power two. Okay, what if I do this? Can power three. How far can I go with this? Well, that's not gonna work. So it doesn't seem to matter how many are connected. There does not appear to be an end or a number that can be powered. Actually, what if I do one behind? It just has to be powered. It's directly connected to the one touching it. I just have a light farm going on. We can make a whole Christmas show. Let me do the torch, right? Ooh, interesting. This one's a torch and this one's a block. The block only lights up the ones directly touching it. not the ones next to it. Torch lights up one more, but not the ones below it. Let's see, what else can I try to figure out? There are... What is a calibrated skulk sensor? I mean, skulk sensors, when you place them and you make noise, within a certain amount of distance, pretty far distance, makes noise. If I give it redstone. Ooh, it powers redstone with noise? Oh! Does a regular sensor do this? It does. So if I'm quiet, well that okay. I have to get rid of this for a second because the noise of the door opening keeps it open. 14, 15, 16. So that's actually farther than regular redstone. That's how far the noise travels. Oh. But it didn't open the door. So the door only opens the same distance as regular redstone. Except it's not working. It's not working very consistently. I don't understand. Alright, let's go back to the bulb, maybe. Okay, so that one definitely doesn't work. Oh! Does the farther away I am affect the distance of how far the power goes? Interesting. What if I just do a sensor? If I jump on it, it goes the same distance. I wonder, do repeaters work? Without the repeater, I jump. Okay, so the repeater actually makes this stronger. Because if I put the repeater down about halfway, a little less than halfway through, I can make noise from farther away and it'll light it up. But without the repeater, about the same distance away, it's definitely hearing my noise, but it's not lighting up the bulb until I get to make noise like on top of it. But the repeater takes that signal strength from here and doubles it to reach the end. I want to see what the target block does. Do I have to hit it anywhere? Anywhere, like, not on the outside edge. Interesting. No, the target block doesn't go very far with the redstone. Why does it matter which... Oh, maybe it wasn't an exact bullseye. So if I hit it there, it lights up, but not a lot. If I hit a bullseye, it lights up from 10 away. Okay. This like redstone farm now, it's not a farm. What's the place where they go to like test how bodies decompose? Like a cadaver farm? Now I have to look it up. A body farm, an outdoor body farm. This is my redstone body farm. I just put redstone blazes and try to figure out what it does. Okay, so that's the target block. That's something at least. What is a dispenser? A dispenser I can put things into. Great. And then does it give things 19? Oh, it's random. Okay, so if I do, what if I do this? Wait, hold on. It just dispenses random items. Okay. Every time I click it. So how can I make it go continue? Well, does the repeater... Maybe that's what the comparator's for? No. What about the repeater? Oh! The repeat... What? Hold on. Where's my repeater? I've severely fucked up my repeater block. Nope, that's my comparator block. This is my repeater. What does that mean? Aha! It has to go in a straight line. What if that's what the comparator does? Wait. That's the first time that's happened. Alright, so, I mean, basically the repeater can go on 1, 2, 3, 4. at least 5 times, probably longer, although I can't imagine why you would need to go on longer. The comparator, on the other hand, I'm finally understanding that direction matters. Let's go on this side now. We have a block. We have redstone coming to that block. From here, I can turn it on with a lever. If I were to put the comparator here, oops, what does turning this on and off do? I don't understand. Okay, how far away can I go with this? It's activated from here, but it doesn't go as far. So what, the farther away the lever is, it's like the sensor a little bit? The farther away the lever is, the less far but the power source goes? So 2 away, comparator goes 15 blocks. I still don't know what this does. I understand how to make it work. I just don't understand the purpose of it, and I still don't probably know the full understanding of it, because seriously, what the hell is that button for? What else is left? What is a crafter? What? Do you just... Okay, wait, hold on. I want to see what this does. You just make me planks? Oh, so you'll just make sticks forever. Or boats forever. What is the point of this? I'm sure this is more difficult to build than a crafting table. Dropper, dispenser, dropper, dispenser, dropper, dispenser. One looks happy, one looks scared. What the heck, Minecraft? What? Dropper. How did I get that one to look up? Can I get a... What is this? This is the dispenser. This is a dropper. Can I get the dropper to look up? I can. Which means I'm sure I could get them to look down if I wanted. Nope. Nope. Uh-huh. It's confusing and I don't understand the difference. So I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on to rails. I'm gonna make these look pretty much exactly the same, and just to see what the difference is for each. So for this one, this test, I'm going to take a 2-block step. Oh. All right. I'm not sure what these are supposed to detect, honestly. And the activator rail is activated by redstone, but I don't know what it's supposed to do. The detector rail. What? Wait, hold on. There's a detector thing. Hold on. What is it? Daylight detector. Is that? Oh, it detects when something's on top of it. When a Minecraft cart is on top of it. Can I use... Oh, so a detector rail can then power? Like an activated rail? Because the detector rail has redstone in it. Okay, that's interesting. The activator rail... Sure, let's try this again. Holy, nothing. Interesting. That barely needed a nudge. And this one, it can barely nudge it. Okay. Okay. If I press forward, I can go forward. Time to go for a ride. Oh, I get slingshot forward on that one. That was fun. What? This one doesn't want to let me in. It's having an issue. What if I put that forward, that there first, and then I get in? Nothing happens. Hold on. But I do that. Oh. understand the activator rail. It punches me out. What if I put... Hold on. Can I put a golem? Or a villager? Oh, you didn't want it? Okay. And then this one, I get slingshot forward when I hit that. Interesting. Okay. What else is there in the redstone? Doors. Can I open fence gates and trap doors the same way? Like with just a... Oh, I can. What about with just like a lever? Oops. Oh, that's so weird. I didn't even know. Trapdoor. Well, I knew that with iron trapdoors it would work, but I didn't know it would work with fence gates. What else? What does a dripstone leaf have to do with anything? Wait a second. How long does it take? And that's instantaneous. And it holds it up. It holds it. It doesn't fall. There's a... This feels like cheating. Oh, okay. But you know what? That's a lot of redstone basics for today. To understand just the very essence of the redstone items, what can be done with them. I think I've made a decent amount of progress, considering that I knew 0 before, and now I have a little redstone playing area. I know that levers and buttons and pressure plates do a lot, like just on their own, and that redstone extends the ability of those things to do things from farther away. I know that the repeater, despite not knowing what this ticking does, goes up to... I know that redstone goes up to about 14 or 15 blocks away, and that the repeater doubles that distance, as far as I can tell, infinitely. I know that it doesn't seem to matter how many items are attached to the redstone. In fact, I could probably add more here. I know that redstone blocks and redstone torches act in different ways. I know that pistons work with redstone, although it's difficult to control on different levels, I suppose, different heights. And I know that the comparator takes power from one side. I was gonna say from the other. That's not very PG. I don't really know what it does though. Other than if you go further than like 2 blocks away from it, it doesn't really seem to work anymore. I started playing with crafters and dispensers and droppers. I don't really understand the difference between a dispenser and a dropper. I don't understand the point of a crafter. And I can't get them to just repeatedly spew things out at the moment. I know that a target block can also... and skulk sensors and calibrated sculk sensors can all light up things and power redstone. Oh, and I almost forgot. I learned that levers and redstone can power gates. I knew about the trapdoors, but also keep drip leaf up. And finally, I learned about the powered rail. I still don't really know what activated rails do. And then detector rail. That's about it. This is going to be my redstone playground for a little while, trying to figure things out. If you have any comments or suggestions on what I should try next, let me know, and I will catch you in the next one.